Welcome to Center Ground, your home for unfiltered discussion, where we tackle today's most talked about topics, break down current events, and give our take on the internet's latest foolishness. Tune in and let's find some common ground. Let's get this party started. Welcome back to the Center Ground podcast. I am your host, Bootsy, back with an interesting video today. Some of you may have heard this story, but this one, I didn't get to watch this video and I didn't do a deep dive, but I did hear about it. This one is about 6 kids in a hallway and how it turned into one viral video. So it starts off with a woman who brought her 6 kids with her to a hair appointment. The business owner said, no, not in my house. And it sparked this whole debate on ethics and boundaries and things of that nature. I can look at it from a business owner and say, I can see why the guy does not want 6 kids running around his crib while he's doing a lady's wig. I could also see it from the mother's perspective. As a parent, you got 6 kids, you got to do something and you need to get things done. So without further ado, we're going to play this video. I'm going to give my commentary. There's probably going to be a few laughs in the middle because this is just pure and utter ridiculousness. But I'll let it get started.
She wanted a wig install.
I'm sorry, I had to bring my baby.
But showed up to the appointment with her 6 kids in the hall.
Ain't nobody, no kid, no grown person, nobody ain't finna come in the nothing. Not here.
Millions of people talking about this post on social media.
I'm getting sprayed all over the world. It's ridiculous.
This Georgia stylist says his at-home salon is for wigs, not kids. He turned her away. And like a middle part bust down, the internet is split.
I feel like he should have had something on his website that said he didn't want extra people at his house.
Hold on, I'm trying to hold back tears. My man said he got wigs, not kids. Like, that's OD. But before we get this party started, let's first, talk about the elephant in the room, right? She looks rather young to have 6 children. Now, I don't know how many of them are twins, quadruplets, whatever, but she seems awfully young to have that many kids. Also, she seems a bit too hyper-focused on getting a wig as opposed to taking care of those 6 children. And it seems like we're already starting off with opinions, and I'm going to let that play out. But it bugs me out how people in our community are so hyper-focused on looking like everything but themselves. And they don't see it as self-hatred. They don't see it as a problem. And if you say anything, they got a problem with you. It's a never-ending battle to this nonsense. Like, personally, I mean, I'm not a woman, but I think I would have stayed at home and focused on my kids rather than trying to go get a wig. But maybe that's just me and my different parenting style. But I'm going to rewind it a little bit, and we're going to see what this lady has to say.
I feel like he should have had something on his website that said he didn't want extra people at his house.
Y'all might see 6 kids, but I see 6 liabilities.
Absolutely.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Zamiko Smith, he's known for posting his clients from his Ring camera, typically their hair before they walk into his salon and then after. But he never expected his latest video to get people so upset that some people are making threats against him.
Ain't no way. It's no way that 6 kids can be here.
I'm sorry, I had to bring my baby.
Over 6 million people watched as Stephanie Dodson, mother of 7, showed up to get her hair done. It was Zamiko Smith's second time doing her hair in recent months. This is in Macon, Georgia. She reportedly called him earlier in the day to ask if she could come earlier because she didn't have a ride.
So I was like, no, you can't come early because I have other clients that's here and I don't want you to just sit around.
So when she did show up,
I don't let you,
They want to say I don't have nobody to watch them, and I had to get on the bus.
I don't let you, you know.
you can hear Dodson explain the situation. She had to take the bus to even get to his house.
I didn't even know.
All right, so before we let this continue a bit, I wanted to let it rock. So just from the beginning, the first lady made excuses talking about the business owner should have had a sign. Like, how are you supposed to not know that that the business owner don't want people in his house? Come on, son. Like, a business owner does not need to post something on the sign that says, I don't want 6 children in my house. That's a bit absurd. It's like, do we need a sign for everything? It reminds me of like how they actually put the instructions on batteries because people aren't smart enough to figure out how batteries work. Like, do we really need to start putting signs up that says, no, you can't bring your children. No, you can't pee on my floor. No, you can't eat on my couch. No, you shouldn't bring your dirty boots in my house. Do we really need a sign for everything? It's like, come on, let's be real. But the second lady, and this is why it's good to hear multiple perspectives, because the second lady mentioned something that went over a lot of people's heads. She said, y'all see 6 children, I see 6 liabilities. Now, from a business standpoint, that's the last thing you want. When you have clients coming in, you want that one client to come in, get what they need from you, and to leave. Like, that's it. It is a transaction. It is not a friendship. It is not a partnership. It is strictly transaction. My job is to do your hair. Your job is to show up on time, pay me, and then leave. That's it. So the nerve of you to bring 6 people with you. I can't imagine going to get a haircut and bringing 6 children with me. Now, don't get me wrong. If it was like 1 or 2, it might not have been a problem, but it was 6. And I'll play that very short clip back, but just listen to how out of control those children are.
I'm sorry I had to bring my baby.
They're just loud and just all over. It's 6 of them. It's hard to watch 6 children. So I'm 100% with this guy, the business owner. I wouldn't have let her in either. She called earlier. Why she didn't call and tell him her situation? Hey, is it all right if I bring my kids? Is it all right if anybody else comes with me? She didn't do that. She had enough time. She got on a bus. She had a cell phone. She had more than enough time. But again, I understand from her perspective, she's a single mother, most likely. She has 6 kids. She wants to get her hair done. I don't think it's a need because her hair is perfectly fine the way that it is. If she just combed it a little bit and put some, oils in her hair, she would be fine. But again, it comes back to that self-hatred crap. She would rather inconvenience her, hop on a bus, travel probably mad far with her 6 loud children to get a wig when her hair is perfectly fine on the top of her head.
Kids was coming.
I didn't know that. This one I got on the bus.
I understand, but I don't allow kids while I'm doing hair around. Period. It's just you, and that's it.
So I'm saying, what I supposed to do? Cause
I mean, I don't know. That's not my problem. I did have some.
I was just about to say that ain't his problem. He a business owner. His job is to make that money, not to cater to you and your feelings. And I'm going to say this about the women within our community. Far too many of us believe that other people within the community owe us something. And it's not just the women that believe it. It's just that the women are more likely to say it out loud. You get what I'm saying? Women are more likely to verbalize it. A man would have been like, damn, for real? I can't just let my... They would have been like, nah, bro. And he'd be like, all right, man. All right, thank you. Right? And I get it because she traveled via bus. And I live in New York. And we got the MTA. The MTA is one of the best metropolitan transit systems out there, outside of like Japan, because Japan better than us in just about everything. But especially with technology. But when it comes to the MTA, I wouldn't want to take my 3 children who are extremely well behaved in public on the train to go anywhere. And I'm blessed enough to have a car. And it's like, it's different when you have a car because let's say you go somewhere, it's closed. You could just go turn around or go somewhere else. You have a car. But when you're taking a bus, it's a little bit different. You're limited to the route of the bus. So I feel for her because everyone isn't as privileged. And it's like, it sucks. But it's like, lady, why you ain't call ahead? Like, I don't understand. I know everyone doesn't work in corporate America, but come on now. Y'all don't call ahead before y'all go places, like to make sure it's good before you go there. Especially if I'm taking a bus, I'm calling ahead. Because last thing I want is for you to turn me away. Now I got to take the bus back. Like, ugh.
Some type of compassion that she had to ride the bus, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really have anything to do with me. It just was a hard no. I looked at liabilities. I looked at who's gonna watch them while you're in the chair.
If it was one child, would you?
Maybe, yeah. I probably would have made it an exception because the one child can actually be in the room where I'm doing hair at. 6 kids is not gonna fit in the salon's area that I do hair.
Oh, damn. See, that's a great point. That's a little closet he got there. Like, you can't fit 6 kids in there in general, let alone while you're maneuvering to do the hair. Like, I've been, believe it or not, I had hair on my head before, so I've been in a salon, and they usually got to rotate the chair, spin you around, do all this extra stuff. There's no way those 6 children would have sat quietly as he did his job. There's no way. So yeah, I don't think this man is at fault for saying no. I think the liability, he didn't want the liability, obviously. Imagine one of these kids stick their hand in an outlet or touch a hot comb. It's like people don't think, and we as a community, we got to start thinking, especially before we start defending the behavior of people. But yeah, nah, it's not 6 kids. Nah, hell no.
So they would have to be some here, some there, would have to be spread apart.
She told him she wasn't aware of the policy.
I never had to tell anybody not to bring their kids. No one ever brought their kids. So my clients know that kids are are allowed.
Man, that dude's sassy as hell. But like, like for real, this goes back to my battery analogy. Like, we shouldn't have to tell you that this is unacceptable. It gets a bit ridiculous at this point. It's like, do you really need an instruction manual on life? And I get that everyone's not bright, but it's like, come on. Like, no.
She knew the first time that she came to me that kids wasn't allowed. That's why her kids didn't come the first time.
You can see on his website, the booking policy is clear. No extra persons and no kids.
Wait, so the first lady didn't even listen out or look it up. She just went to defending. And again, when you go on the internet, you see this a lot. This is the sister code nonsense that destroys the mindset of a lot of our women, because they will defend the stupid behavior of another woman just because she looks like them. And it's like, no extra persons. I don't want no kids. That's what that says. It's clear as day. I don't know when he posted it. Let's be all the way real. He could have just put that because he got in trouble. But it says no extra persons. Like, even if he didn't write that, you should know better than to bring your 6 children to someone else's house. Bro, I don't bring my kids to anyone's house without their permission, let alone for an appointment or for anything. So it's like, this lady's wild.
Dodson, though, later revealing on Facebook Live that was updated on his site after this video was
posted. See what I mean? Yeah.
Later went viral.
You think I would have showed up at this man's house with all my babies if we had that policy up there, no kids?
I don't know. I think she still would have showed up. What y'all think? Like, for real, like, let's get in the comments and have a conversation. I honestly think she still would have showed up because her priorities just seem off. Like, it looked like she still went somewhere else and got a damn wig. And it's like, yo, all this money that y'all be wasting on fake hair, you could use it to help your children. Like, am I crazy for thinking this way? Like, because that's how I think. When I make decisions, I think how it will affect my family, and if it would benefit my family. And if not, there's a strong chance I'm not doing it. These people would be like, I want it, so I'm going to do it. And my thing is, if you have that mindset, you shouldn't have children. You get what I'm saying? Because when you have children, you have to learn that you have to sacrifice for those little buggers, because those are your little buggers. They are a product of your decision making. They didn't create themselves. So considering that, you then have to cater to them. Hell, there's times when my kids want to go do something. I don't want to do it. My wife like, let's go. And I get up and I go. For real. My kids be wanting to listen to K-pop Demon Hunters all the time. All the time. I don't really care about this stuff. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to know it. Bro, I be knowing the words to the songs now. Talk about take down.
I did not know that. You want to know why I did not know that? That policy was not up there.
Hey, roommates, before we go any further, do us a big one. If you love some TSR Investigates, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the Shade Room's YouTube channel for new weekly episodes of this show and more. Okay, let's get back to it.
She did go on social media and say that you only wrote that thing on your website that says no kids, no extras after the fact. So
I did wrote it after the fact too.
Oh,
pretty much,
okay.
because I was getting bookings right after. You feel me? So I wanted to not only have the video, but also have this in y'all face to understand it is a no extra person and a no kids zone. Like, not at all.
He says he did offer to give her her deposit back, to which she refused.
She say no. I'm gonna find.
I'm trying to not pause it. Why did they use that video? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I try not to like think too much into like what people post on social media, but I do believe we're at the point where people are exposing their mentality, their thought process, the way they view themselves, and the way that they behave via their social media. If their social media shows them as like dumb, they're dumb. If their social media shows them as mean, they tend to be mean in real life. What was that girl doing? You tell me.
For them somewhere to go. I don't want my money back because I don't have nobody else to do my hair.
He says he gave her about 30 minutes to find someone to watch the kids, or he'd have to reschedule her.
Hey, nice.
So she made it happen.
She still got her hair did that day. I still did her hair.
Man.
We talked and everything. That day she told me, she was telling me about the kids. She was telling me how much it's been hard for her for Christmas. She was telling me how she hasn't had help from her family. I mean, we had a very much detail and depth and talk about just life in general.
There are people.
So, and this is why I said like sometimes like their social media tells a story. Just from the way that this young lady speaks, the way that she carries herself, and the way that she looks, sadly, you can tell a lot about her. You can tell she's very superficial. She probably is a self-hating black person. She doesn't like the way she naturally looks. And then she probably has an attitude problem. Like instantly she went into like, oh, but she tried to make him change his rule to fit her life. It wouldn't surprise me if she does that to her family. And one thing I've learned is a lot of women who don't have help, it's because a lot of the times they're ungrateful to the people who typically help them, right? Like in most cases, most grandmothers want to watch their grandkids, but I've learned when a grandmother does not like the mother, she may not watch the grandkids. You get what I'm saying? And it's like that happens a lot within the community because a lot of times the parent fails the kid and then the kid fails their kid. And because the parent is failing the child, the grandparent doesn't want to deal with the child. And it's an old saying that if you fail to raise your children, you will raise your grandchildren. And the older I get, the more I believe it.
People out there that said, dang, he could have at least for the holidays did this for her. He could have at least, she saw that she was struggling or saw that she had 6 children and just did it for her. What's your response to those people?
At the end of the day, it's about doing her hair. I still did it. She got her kids accommodated. How the media is trying to make it feel like, oh, you're trying to embarrass her. No, I'm not trying to embarrass her. I'm really just being informative. I'm really speaking as a hairstylist because I feel like we are so undervalued in the professional world because they think, because we're doing hair from home. No, it's certain stuff that just cannot go on whether we're doing it from home or in a salon. And the way stuff happens to us, I feel like the world needs to see. This is the type of stuff that we deal with.
Dodson saw it differently.
I bet she did, but like I'm starting to side with him. I'm not gonna lie, because the more he talks, the more I completely understand his position. The more she talks, the more I see why she tried to do what she tried to do, and she tried with the sob stories. If you've ever been in business, you will understand that there's a lot of customers who do this crap to try to get extra from you. She not only wanted her hair done, she also wanted babysitting services. And that's not his responsibility. Like, you shouldn't imagine they broke something in his house or damaged some of his equipment. You think that someone who can't afford a babysitter is going to be able to afford fixing or doing repairs or any of this other stuff? Of course not. So it's like, yeah, you got to be careful with some people because they always run to like, woe is me, life is against me kind of thing. And it's like I swear I'm learning. The more people do that, it don't be life that be against them. It be their poor choices working against them. And they're trying to make excuses for it.
She says she chalked up the situation at first, but
I forgot to add, it's crazy to me how just with a little bit of pressure, she was able to find a babysitter, even though she was pretending like she had no other options. And that's the other thing. You got to stop listening to what people say and watch what they do. Because I've learned that from a former pastor of mine. Said when the chips are down, people figure out a way to get what they want. She really wanted her hair done. She managed to get 6 kids watched in less than 30 minutes while getting on the bus. Just think about the gymnastics that she had to go through to accomplish that, unless somebody just happened to be close by who were willing to watch those kids. But in Georgia, you damn near need a car everywhere you go. So take that into consideration. She might just be full of it and just wanted some more attention. That's also a possibility.
Unedited video.
And I know whoever this neighbor is be mad as hell that he just got people running through and recording his door all the time.
We deal with.
Dodson saw it differently. She says she chalked up the situation at first, but when the unedited video of her and her children were posted, it seemed like a ploy to embarrass her.
Because once again, he didn't post a video talking about me till after the fact. Like, weird. Just like when y'all went on his page, what he said, oh, she a sweetheart, she a good person. I didn't do nothing to him.
Well, why would he post the video before? Like, how does that even make sense? Like, when would he have posted the video beforehand? Like, I swear, it's the thought process that bugs me out sometimes, because it's, again, everything is, I know someone, and this might just be my personal bias. I know two people exactly who looks exactly like this lady right here. They get the wigs, they get the tattoos, they get their nails done, they get the piercings because they get the lash. They don't like themselves. And they always have this, the world is against me mentality. If you hold them accountable, it's always somebody else. It's never ending. And it's like, that might be why I view her in a certain light, because so far, whenever I see women who look like this, I'm just being real, they act a certain way. It's like a damn uniform. And it's like they're all behaving in a certain specific archetype. It's very strange. And it's almost like when I was growing up, they used to say, don't judge a book by its cover. Nowadays, like when you just look at the way that people come outside, it really does paint a picture.
Nothing. I didn't do nothing to him to be talked about. But he talked about me. That's not right, and that's not okay.
Smith says that was not his intent, apologizing for sharing the video without blurring the children's faces to protect their identity.
He messed up.
He says he simply posted it to let future clients know about his strict no kids policy.
I'm not saying she's a bad mother, and I'm not saying that any of it is her fault, because it's my choice. You feel me? Never in a million years.
Nah, she's still at fault.
To this magnitude, and for that, I do apologize, because I didn't think that, I wasn't thinking that it could affect them in the long run.
Now, Stephanie Dodson says she does not plan to keep Smith as her stylist, though we did reach out to her for a comment. We didn't immediately hear back, although she has shared publicly that she did start a GoFundMe page to assist her with reliable childcare, transportation, and basic needs like housing, groceries, and school supplies for her children. If you'd like to donate to it, we'll have a link on our website, theshaderoom.com. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter.
All right, so there's a few things we learned about this young lady, and that last part just completely flipped it on its head. I think she's an opportunist. I'm at that. I think she's an opportunist. I think she saw an opportunity and she just ran with it, because he put her on his page. He's possibly more popular, and now she's like springboarding that to get some financial help. And it's crazy to me how these young women keep having children but can't take care of them. Like, it's becoming, and it has been, an extreme problem for far too long. And the problem is, no matter how bad it gets, someone always helps. And it sucks because you want to help, because you want to help the children, not the dumb parents. But in order to help the children, you also have to help the dumb parent. It gets really annoying and really tricky real fast. So what I learned from this is, as a business, you have to have boundaries. You have to say no at times, even if it means losing a few customers. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Everybody doesn't need to be your customer. Not all money is good money. I'm learning that. Just because somebody's willing to hand you a paycheck doesn't mean that money is good or it's going to benefit you long term. The second half of it is, as a parent, nobody has to accept you and your children. We tell women this when it comes to dating. Now we got to tell y'all it when it comes to businesses. Just because you have kids with you at your hip doesn't mean that a business has to accept them in the business. It doesn't, unless it's like Sesame Place or something. You know what I mean? It's like they don't have to. So come correct. As a patron of the business, the woman should have looked ahead to see if it was acceptable for her to bring her children. Instead, she was entitled. She thought, well, they should be fine, so I brought them anyway. And now that they're here, you should accept them. And this is the same mentality that men have been complaining about in the dating market. Like I said, there's patterns. But what can we learn from this? One, call ahead. She did part of that, didn't ask questions, which is foolish. Next time you got your kids, you got anything, if you have any idea, any inclination that it's not going to go well when you're trying to go somewhere, go to a business, and you have to, like, let's say, bring family members, bring your children, ask ahead. It doesn't cost you anything to prepare yourself. Come on now. We're all adults here. The other thing that we can learn from this is, as a business, he shouldn't have apologized so much. I think he's smart because he was doing it to save face, because he doesn't want to lose his majority female customer base. And you tend to have to engage with them emotionally to retain them. So I understand it. However, he isn't completely at fault for what he did. It seems like he has a pattern. He records them before, he records them after. Honestly, that same red wig that she had on her head was probably from him. There's no way to confirm that, of course, but it could be. So it's like you went there. It was fine enough for you to accept the business, even though he didn't accept your kids. And she just was like, she probably was embarrassed that he made the video. And although I can understand, and he should not have shown the kids without blurring their faces. Come on now. It's like, that's a violation, especially if the video might be seen in a negative light. Again, it's what he does, is his process. And I'm pretty sure she knew he recorded before she showed up with them 6 kids. So we can learn from these nonsensical engagements, even if we ourselves won't partake in this foolishness. So with that being said, I hope y'all learned something. Let me know in the comments, would you bring your football polo team worth of kids to a hair appointment to the barber shop? Or would you leave them at home? Would you try to find a babysitter? Would you have canceled the appointment before, knowing that you couldn't have the kids? Couldn't get somebody to watch the kids? Just let me know what your thoughts are. All right, with that being said, I'm out.
Thanks for listening to the Center Ground Podcast. We'll be back soon with some more great content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. We are in a new channel, and growth is essentially our main objective. So send us an email at centerground.pod@gmail.com with any ideas or clips you would like for us to review. This was definitely fun, and I'd say let's do it again. But before you go, always remember, greatness lives somewhere within you. Just make sure you're taking the time to find the key to unlock that greatness. Until we meet again, I'll see you soon.